old people, big problem. Phone's not working, so I can't get access to phone people for the hotel. Yeah. So what went wrong on this journey? Concept's very easy and straightforward. You catch a plane from Tenerife to Madrid, get off at the airport, have a look round, catch a bus. Then once you're on the bus, you go straight into Madrid to the bus station. You change at Estación de Atocha, which seems straightforward, get another bus, and then that should take you en route to where you need to get to. Get off the bus at the final destination, follow the blue dots on the map, walk up to the room you've reserved, get on the phone, call the people you need to talk to, they give you a code to get through the front door, and then you put in another code to get into the actual room. So, for something so simple and so straightforward, what went wrong? Plane from Tenerife to Madrid arrived on time. Iberia Airways, really comfy flight. Get out of the terminal, start looking for the bus stop, can't find it, find out I'm on the wrong level, it's the level below. Bus then turns up 40 minutes late. After catching the bus and changing and getting onto the second bus, this is where I should have got off. Unfortunately, due to problems with my phone, I didn't get off the bus till here, which, as you can see, is quite a substantial distance from where I should have got off. But because it was a weak signal, I tried to follow the map, which just couldn't keep up and was kept resetting. It had worked for a few seconds and then reset itself, like I say, and it wasn't long enough for me to get any bearing on where I needed to get to. The furthest I did get was around this area, and then I had to make my way back to try and get a decent signal. I actually thought it was something to do with the trees and the high-rise buildings that were stopping it, but I realised that if I could get back to the main road where it's a little bit more open, I might be able to get a decent signal. So I went to where I got off the bus, still not a very good signal, and I then thought, would there be a decent signal on the underground through a Wi-Fi system? But again, that didn't work either. So I walked all the way back up to here, to where I should have got off the original stop, and on the corner was a cafe, and I popped in there thinking sometimes they have Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi in cafes. Unfortunately for me, this one didn't. But I managed to sit there long enough with a coffee, check my thoughts, and then decided from the poor signal that I did get that I could walk from there if I could pull up the address for the room and try and locate it on the map, which I managed to do. I got outside the room, realised it was 5 to 10, 5 minutes before cut-off time, got no signal, couldn't get in touch with anybody. I'm stood literally at the door and just cannot get into this room. Realising the problem I was in, I thought the only thing I can do is get back to the airport, because I knew there was Wi-Fi in the airport, but with a poor signal for the map, this was going to be quite difficult, and I tried to remember which way the bus came. So I thought, if I can remember that, I can backtrack and get back to the train station. So I started to walk back down the hill, and I tried to get as close to the train station, because I knew there's a train station near it, but I'd missed one of the turn-offs, again because of the poor signal for the map, which does work without any signal really, but it's not a very good tracking system that's on there. So this is what the bus did. As you can see, there's a point there where the bus actually does turn off and cuts into the bus depot, but I missed that, and I just literally carried on and ended up going the long way around the train station. I actually did the video recording that you saw at the start, and I'll play the rest of it now.
Old people, big problem. My phone's not working, so I can't get access to phone the people for the hotel. I can't text anybody, I can't email anybody. For some reason, all the technical aspects of it aren't working. Even checked out eSIMs, SIM management, the lot, it's just not working. So it looks like I'm going to have to cut this trip short and try and get back to the airport and see if I can get my head down somewhere there. So I'll try and film little bits, but I've got to try and find my way to the airport as well. Okay. I just want to say thank you for those that are still here watching. The actual trip to Madrid I was disappointed with, purely because of the way it turned out, not because of the actual city itself or where I was. It was just how it actually turned out. I was hoping to visit several places, one of them being the Bernabeu Stadium, and also taking some of the culture out there, trying some of the restaurants as well, but none of it came to any fruition. One of the problems I had when I was heading back towards the train station, the bus station, was I was actually getting lost on the way there. And when I actually got back to the bus station, I then panicked a bit, trying to think, trying to look at when the next bus was, because I didn't know if I'd missed the last bus to the airport. The airport, when I got there, was still quite busy, but it was just the tail end of the last flight that was going out. One thing that I will say is that Madrid Airport opened its doors to the homeless that are living around there, which I thought was very good. It was quite interesting, homeless people being allowed in there to stay out of what they believed was a cold night. Although it was 11 degrees, it was quite a warm 11 degrees, even though that sounds daft. I did get something to eat and drink myself at my local cafe, which I brought, and it was quite an eye-opener seeing so many homeless people in Madrid. But I just want to say hats off to you at the airport for letting them people in. They all need somewhere to sleep, and they all need somewhere warm. The actual next day when the airport started opening up was they did get some of the homeless people out, but only in the areas that were becoming populated by visitors. And as as the morning progressed, more people were being moved out, and more visitors were coming in. But it did give them somewhere to stay for the night, which I thought was very good.